Good afternoon everybody and welcome to Oliver Beluzic's Financial Portfolio. My name is Oliver and today we're talking about a financial situation that I've just been involved in. And this is regards to the companies DCBL and DCB Legal. That's right, they're two very different companies and I've just been involved in a CCJ battle with them because of something which is very stupid and is a loophole and should be illegal. So before we get any further into this video, please make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Back in September, I received a letter about a CCJ that hit my credit score. That's right, another CCJ. Considering I've already paid off one recently, I've now got another on my credit score. Well, turns out they did try to contact me, and unfortunately we've had a situation where our post was getting stolen, so I never received the letter. But I did receive the letter about the CCJ. Now, when the CCJ hit my score, it told me that it was from One Parking Solutions, and it's been claimed by DCB Legal. So I called up One Parking Solutions, and they told me that they're not dealing with it anymore. They sold it on to DCB Legal, so I give DCB Legal a call on the 13th of October, and say, hey, I'm here to sort out my CCJ. The CCJ is on my credit score at £260 and 2p. I'm here, it was £153 and then £107 and 2p in fees. It is what it is, let's just pay it. And they turned around and told me that I can't. That's right, I can't pay the CCJ because it's not dealt with them anymore. Wait. What do you mean it's not dealt with you anymore? You're physically on the court letter. Well, DCB Legal decided to sell it. Now right here, I've actually got the letters that I was sent by the county courts. The county courts specifically say that it is with One Parking Solutions and it is being dealt by DCB Legal Limited. And their location happens to be in Runcorn and I live in Warrington, so they're not actually that far away from me. But when I called them, they told me that it's not dealt with them anymore. What do you mean it's not dealt with you? I still have 2 weeks to pay off this CCJ. Well, they sold it. They sold it to, and I quote, their sister company, DCBL. Now first of all, this is a CCJ which I have to pay. It's a court-mandated payment of £260 and 2p. It says it right here on the letter, so why have they gone and sold it within the month? And their response to me was, well, you didn't contact us. And I am now, I've still got 2 weeks. What do you mean I didn't contact you? Right? They put me through to DCBL, where the call ended very unfortunate on their parts because they were very aggressive and they were also rude. Lovely, lovely, beautiful language. So I had to call them back on Friday. Now today is Saturday and I called them, yesterday. I called them yesterday to deal with this. So I spoke to DCB Legal one last time before I spoke to DCBL, and they specifically told me on Wednesday that they sold it a few days ago. However, DCBL told me themselves that they only bought the debts on the 13th, the day I called them. So I called them and then they sold the debt. Now how is that fair? First of all, I have 2 weeks, it's a CCJ, but they sold it in between, which meant I had to deal with more debt. Now, before I get into it, the CCJ is £260 and 2p, which is a complete standard thing by the County Court Business Centre, 4th floor, St Catherine's House, St Catherine Street, Northampton. They're the ones who, unfortunately, have dealt with all my CCJs, and they're the people who have been doing this CCJ with £260 and 2p forthwith, it says on here. Now, I didn't pay £260 and 2p. I paid £430. Why did I pay £430? Well, they told me, DCBL told me, I said to them it's £260 and 2p and I want to pay the £260 and 2p, and they said to me, you can pay the £260 and 2p, but we're not going to remove the CCJ off of your credit score. We're not going to satisfy it or anything unless you pay all of the money. but it's their sister company. They sold it. DCB Legal sold it to DCBL. It's practically the same company. They claim it's not, but the staff have told me they're sister companies, so they're owned by the same people, and they're selling debts between themselves back and forth, to incur charges, to incur profit. Now, I'm in a sticky situation. I was, at least, because if I didn't pay what they said, I wasn't going to lose the CCJ, and I needed the CCJ to go because I've been working greatly on my credit score, because one day I hope to buy a house. So I need all the CCJs off the credit score, and this is one step of the piece of the pie. So unfortunately, I was stuck with paying it, and I paid it all in full. I paid the £430 that I didn't want to pay. Yes, I had to pay extra money because they sold it to themselves. They sold it to themselves. I don't understand. If anyone is dealing with DCBL or DCB Legal, I recommend you don't, okay? I recommend that you can do something, if you can, do something about it, because I've posted on Beat the Bailiffs, like I've been recommended to on this channel before, and unfortunately, with them being two separate companies, they can sell debts back and forth as much as they want. But the thing is, it's court mandated, it's court ordered, £260 and 2p. But no, the court doesn't matter, does it? Because they can pay the court fees, but I have to pay their fees. Their collection fees, they told me specifically. Collection fees. But they sold it the day I spoke to them. I spoke to them, they told me that they sold it a few days ago. That's what they told me on the Wednesday. They said to me, oh, we sold it a few days ago because you hadn't contacted us. Yeah, I still had 2 weeks. So when I find out that they actually sold it the day I spoke to them, how is that even fair? I wasn't in contact with them. What are you on about? Of course I was. I have the phone calls to prove. I have the evidence. In fact, they've got it recorded that I spoke to them as well. So DCBL and DCB Legal are a trap, okay? To anyone who's watching this video, DCBL and DCB Legal are almost the same company. They're the same name, for goodness sake. But they're sister companies, so they're not the same. And because of this, they can sell the debts to each other, back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth, to incur debts, to incur charges, to make people like myself and people like you poor. Because let's be honest, we're not made of money these days, except the people who are rich and famous. We're not made of money. Now, one day I hope to be, and I've got a lot to reveal on this channel in due course about my finances and actually things which are going very well in my favour, but at the current point in time, I don't have a lot of money. In fact, I've got a child on the way, I've got debts to pay. It's unbelievable, it's unfathomable is the best way to put this. Unfathomable that companies can charge themselves back and forth. So this situation has put me in a quandary. This has made me think outside of the box, because part of me wants to start my own debt collection company. Now, I know that is a bad thing. That is a bad thing. You don't want to be the owner of a debt collection company, but first of all, they sell the debts at 10p to the pound, okay? And then they sell them for more to you. You have to pay it off. So that's how they make their profit. If I was a debt collection company, I could buy a debt for 10p to the pound. I could buy a £500 debt for £50 and maybe charge them the £500 original, and I'm still making a 90% profit. This is a genuine thought I've been debating the last 24 hours, 48 hours. Should I start my own debt collection company? You don't want to, it's a bad idea, but if I was a good debt collection company, you pay what you've spent. I feel like that is a fair company. You pay what you spent. Now, yes, I can buy the debts, and yes, I'd be making a profit because that's how a business works, of course, but you are only paying what you've spent. If you spent £10,000 at a credit card company and I buy that debt for £1,000, you still have to pay £10,000 because that's what you spent. But then, of course, maybe not. We don't chuck CCJs at you or things like that. Maybe I want to be a fair debt collection company because I feel like that's what's needed. This all incurred from a £35 parking charge. £35. That's how I keep thinking about this. This was a £35 car parking charge, which I didn't know I had. I didn't, which is... A lot of you guys probably watching my videos are going, Oliver, you always say you didn't know you had them. Well, when you live in your car and you don't receive posts and things like that, and the camera's going into the car park and catch you, then you've got an excuse. Do I wish I dealt with this sooner? Of course I do. If I had the money a few years ago when the CCJ started going on the score, you think I would have them now? No. I'm in the position where I'm trying to satisfy them or pay them off, or like just get rid of them if I can, and that is what I'm going along the lines of doing. But of course this is one step at the piece of the pie. So, DCBL and DCB Legal, you're not fair. You're not, okay? There are people out here struggling, and you, the sister companies, you choose to sell debts back and forth to charge people more when it's court mandated. I physically got it on the paper here. Court mandated for £260 and 2p, and you can still charge more because that's unfair and that's life. You see, that £260 right here on the letter. You think I paid £260? No, I didn't. I paid £430. Do I wish that it could have been different and I didn't even have to get here? Of course. You know, that's why I put myself on the electoral roll, so I can be found from these debts. Because my debts haven't been able to find me for years. But now I want to be found and I want to pay these off because I'm trying to become a model member of society and a better person. But how can I do this when I'm just being lumbered with things? That's why I want to start my own debt collection company, so people can pay what they've spent rather than being stuck. Stuck like me, paying a lot more. A debt from when you're 17 years old, how is that even fair? Well, it is, and that's life. And life isn't fair. So thank you all for watching today's video. This video has been a very interesting one, talking to you guys about the complications between DCBL and DCB Legal. If you know anyone who works there, tell them to quit, because it's not a nice company to work for. I don't know, they could have a ping pong table, but it doesn't mean I'd work for them. Till next time guys, thank you for watching my video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, if you want to see more debt related things, because this is my financial portfolio channel where we plan on becoming successful one day. But of course it starts off with the debts that we got from when we were homeless. So as I work up through the process of paying off my debts, I will then be able to get into more financial better videos and show you guys a better financial situation. But until then, adios my Miss Amigos, and I shall see you guys all in the next video. Have you subscribed? Have you liked? Have you? You better off, because I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
The end.
Like this video!